I'm happy to introduce you to WeVideo with this quick start demo on how to get into doing a presentation using this tool. With WeVideo, you can import photographs, video, text, music, voiceover, and it combines seamlessly into one amazing presentation, and the tool is quite intuitive. WeVideo is also free. For basic personal accounts, you can have up to 5 minutes of publishing time per month and the basic tools that you need to pull off a very attractive presentation. So right now I have logged into WeVideo. I've connected it to my Gmail account. And what's important about that is that if you have photographs in your Google Drive, you can import them very easily into your basically your media library within WeVideo. So let's click on this little box to get started. And as you can see, I have the basic interface with WeVideo. I have right down here a timeline whereby I can pull my media down and line it up so we can start the presentation this way. I usually like to have my photos or my videos ready to go in a folder on my Google Drive or on my computer. So if I go to upload maybe a file, I can look in my folder here and maybe grab this one of the scuba divers and open that, and you'll see a progress bar. It turns green when it's ready, and then you can upload some more files, and maybe this time I'll go to my Google Drive and grab some photographs there. So perhaps like, let's see, this one of the Argentinian flag, or maybe I'll go back to my Google Drive and grab a photo from my sample photos folder right here, and I can capture pictures of some students, and maybe I can also choose my image of the world map. So once they've all uploaded, it turns green and I can exit out. These images will load into my media file, and then from here you can drag them into your main timeline very simply. They'll default, as you can see on the timeline, to like, I think it's about 5 seconds per image, and naturally you can tap on the image like this one is selected or this one's selected and then shrink it in size by grabbing the edges of it and shrinking it down to maybe only 3 seconds. And if you don't like the position that your image is in, you can drag it to the beginning or to the middle. You can move your images to other places. It's also good to note that you can include things like text boxes. I can put a text box here. You'll probably notice I clicked on this menu up at the top here to grab my text box from one of these tabs. I can put a text box at the end. I can also do subtitles, and the subtitles will show over my photograph while my photograph is displaying. Obviously, this subtitle is going to show for like, what looks like maybe about 8 seconds, so I'm going to drag it so it's in line with my Argentinian flag. Once it's selected, I can click on the edit tool, and from there I can give it a description. And in this case, I'm going to write flag of Argentina. I can highlight my text like you might in most word processing or publishing programs, and maybe find another font that I like a little bit better, like maybe something that has a serif on it. And I can use the slider while my text is already highlighted and make it larger. You'll notice that it's appearing in white and it's appearing over here in my workspace. I can take my hand and select it and grab it and put it over here. You can grab this box that your text is in and make it smaller if you want the text to wrap, or you can drag it out like I just did, and there it is, and this will appear over the slide that's playing, as you can see on my timeline. And if you want to test it out, you can grab this playhead, move it over here, and watch how the subtitle plays while my flag photograph is also being shown. Now, you'll notice that the photographs will flip from one to another. It's kind of nice to put a transition there if you want. So if I go up to my tabs again and hit this box, this represents transitions, and you can grab the transitions and put them in between the slides as so. You can also drag the timing of those transitions. So instead of being like, I think a default of 3 or 5 seconds, I think it's 3 seconds, you could actually select them. Make sure it's selected. If you can't see it, it's really important that you go down here and expand your palette that you're working on, and then I could shrink my transition. So if you want to see what it looks like, oh, please note when you put the transitions in, you may have to adjust your subtitles or your photographs to fit appropriately. So that was a good example. I'll drag the playhead here and then click the play button, and you can see the transition from one slide to another. And then my subtitle comes in. Now, you can change the text in the text boxes that you drag. Just click on any of these boxes and then you can edit it. And I can give my text box, oh, say, cultures of the world. But just because I've given a title to my text box at the beginning of the presentation, I still have not titled my project. So like any project that you'd rather have it have a title than be called Untitled Video. So for the sake of finding it again, I am going to call it the same thing. Click OK. It saves my project. Now, down below is where you could put audio in. Please note that you can choose from the music that's already in WeVideo. They have many, many choices, some of which may work for you or not. You can also import your own music. Be sure that you have the rights to use it and you give it attribution. And you can also, if you wanted to, add another line and add your voice to voiceover. And this is where the red microphone comes in. It's good to note that if you include your voice and you have music, it's possible to adjust the levels so that you can make the music more subdued while you're speaking and vice versa. So once you're done with your project and you're ready to present it, you need to publish it. This right now is an edited, a work that's in editing mode. And if I want to publish it and maybe post it to the web or download it as an MP4, all of this is possible. You click on the Finish button and be sure to select the option Google Drive as well, or any of the others that you want to use. Because I'm selecting Google Drive, it's going to give me a ton of flexibility to grab a URL and also to download it from Google Drive as an MP4. These are just some flexible, options that you will want to have. So I'm going to click on Finish Video. And it has a progress bar. It does not take very long, probably a minute or two, and it will send me a notification to my Gmail that my project is done. And then from there, you could post it on YouTube. You can share it with others. And anyway, I just really hope that you enjoy using this tool. Thank you for your time.